BookTube, welcome back to my channel. This is a readathon week and I didn't realize until it was almost too late. I was watching a video on Books and Jams channel and I saw her talk about her readathon TBR, her Read-O-Rama TBR, and I was like, Read-O-Rama? When's that gonna be? And I realized that it was happening this week and I didn't realize. So because I just never miss a chance to participate in a readathon, to engage with other readers, to engage with other bookworms, I decided I'm gonna do the Read-O-Rama, but I'm not sure how many of the challenges I'm actually gonna meet, because I'm not just going to select books just because they fit into some challenges. I want to use this readathon as an opportunity, as a push, as a little bit of an extra incentive to get a lot of reading done, to get my TBR whittled down. I have a lot of books on my TBR for March, and I'm gonna see which one of the books that I'm planning to read in March are gonna fit into the categories and use this as an opportunity to read them. But Read-O-Rama features 8 challenges. One of those challenges is to read 7 books. 7 books in a week is no easy feat unless you are doing one of 3 things. One is that you're reading or listening to a lot of audiobooks, and you're listening to those audiobooks like as you go about your daily life, so you're able to get more reading done. So that's out for me because I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks. Option number 2 would be to read a lot of short books. That's also kind of out for me because I don't have a lot of short books on my TBR, and I'm not about to just go and read 7 short books in order to complete a challenge. That's not really my modus operandi. Or number 3 is to spend a lot of time reading, which I'm also not positive that I'll be able to do this week because there is a possibility of a snow day this week, which means that I probably would be home, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to spend my entire snow day just reading for the readathon. I still have a lot of writing goals that I need to accomplish this week, and so I don't know how much time I'm actually going to spend reading. So I'm coming up with a TBR, and on my TBR I'm actually going to set aside 7 books on the off chance that, you know, like there's an apocalypse or something and I'm stuck inside for a couple of days and all I can do is read. Yeah, I'm gonna have my 7 books just in case that happens. So there's gonna be an apocalypse and I'm gonna be focused on meeting the Read-O-Rama challenge. I have a problem. So I probably didn't mention before, the Read-O-Rama is hosted by Elizabeth from the Owlery, and these are the 8 challenges that she set for the participants. Number 1 is to read 7 books. That is a definite maybe. Challenge number 2 is to read a book that has the letters R-A-M-A featured in either the author's name or the title. For that, I'm choosing Americanah by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. The letters M-A-R-A are found in this one, and I'd already planned to read this book this week because I need to return it to the library by the end of the week. Challenge number 3 is to read a book with an animal on the cover. So for that, I'm choosing Ruby by Cynthia Bond. You'll notice that it has a lot of birds on the cover. Challenge number 4 is to read a book where one of the main characters shares your initial. I chose Kimberly Lawson Roby's Best Friends Forever, and one of the main characters' name is Keith, and that is a K, and my first initial is a K. Challenge number 5 is to read a book with Irish elements, and I'm hoping that this book is going to satisfy that challenge. This is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, and I'm not sure what the book is about because I really don't read book synopses before I start reading them. The author bio says Jandy Nelson, like Noah and Jude, those are the 2 main characters, comes from a superstitious lot. She was tutored from a young age in the art of the 4-leaf clover hunt, which 4-leaf clover, shamrock, Irish. I'm thinking that there is some Irish themes in the book since it kind of links her with those 2 characters. So I'm thinking that that's going to satisfy the challenge, and this is my current read. This is the first book that I'm reading in the readathon, so we'll see very quickly whether or not this suits that challenge. Challenge number 6 is to read a book where the character has an illness, whether a mental illness or a physical illness. I am thinking that there's going to be a character in one of my books that's going to be crazy. So far, I think one of the characters in I'll Give You the Sun kind of has some mental issues. So I think I'll be able to meet that category pretty quickly. I've been wanting to read The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh for a while, and I think Right now, it is the first of a duology. I think it's going to become a trilogy pretty soon. I think this qualifies as the first book in a series, which is challenge number 7. I have this book, which is called The Corpse Exhibition and Other Stories of Iraq by Hassan Blazim. This is a collection of short stories written by an Iraqi's perspective, and they take place around the time of the American-Iraqi War. This would fit the category of read a book blind, which is challenge number 8. I also have a couple other books that I could choose from. They're pretty short books. One is Happiness Like Water, which I saw another booktuber talk about. I think it was Samantha Leanne from Leanne's Lit. She talked about and raved about this book, and I said I'm going to put it on my TBR. I requested it from the library. They sent it. I have no idea what the book is about. I also have this short poem collection. It's 20 poems and a story entitled Nevermind, and it's written by Taha Muhammad Ali. And I like poetry, especially poetry from men from other countries. I somehow find myself very interested in poems that are written by men from other countries. I'm not sure why. That is something I'll explore in another video. So in my TBR, I mentioned 8 books. I'm not planning to read all 8 books, but I think it would be great to have some options, especially during a readathon. I like to have short stories and poems that make it a little bit easier to read, kind of in between other books. I got this suggestion from Books and Lala. She always includes a short story collection whenever she does a readathon, and she talks about reading like 1 or 2 of the stories in between novels to break them up. So I like to have short stories or poetry when I'm doing a readathon, because I feel like that kind of helps to make it a little easier to read. So that's my TBR, and we'll see how this Read-O-Rama thing goes this week. I'll keep you posted. I won't be able to do daily vlogs like the last readathon, because I am preparing for the next readathon, which actually starts next week, and that is the Borrow-a-thon, which I'm looking forward to. Already have a TBR selected for, and already have daily vlog plans for that readathon. So this week is going to be a little low-key. I'm just going to focus on reading, focus on trying to get some of those books out of my TBR and read. So thanks for watching my video. If you're also doing Read-O-Rama, please leave me a link down below with your TBR video so I can check out what you're reading this week. And if we see each other in the Twitter sprints, be sure to say hello. Let me know that you've watched my video, and we'll talk then. So until then, happy reading.